Okay, so percentage change is looking at these problems a little bit differently. What the percentage of change is it compares the amount of change divided by the original amount. Okay. Um, Now, there's a couple things to do with this. The amount of change could increase, it could go up, or if it goes down, it is the percentage of decrease. All right, so if it goes down, if it decreases, it's going to be a negative. If it goes up, then it's going to be a positive amount. All right, but either way, the increase and decrease should be a part of your answer whenever you're looking at these. So it's a certain percentage as your answer of either increase if it went up or decrease if it went down. So you should be able to spot that right off the bat if it's an increase or a decrease. Okay. Now, the other part to find your percentage of change, the amount that has changed as a percentage. So you take the difference, the amount of change here, which I like to say is now minus the original. What it is now minus what it was to start, divided by the original amount. Now minus original divided by original, right? And even shorter, n minus o divided by o. And they're going to give you these numbers, okay? So they're going to give you what you currently have now. They're going to give you what you had to start with, original. And all you got to do is plug them and substitute them into the right positions, and then just do your calculations out from there. So that's really all it takes. They're going to give you those two values. You got to make sure you're putting them in the right positions, you're doing the right operations with it. But other than that, that's really all there is to finding the percentage of change. Okay, now minus original divided by the original. Okay, now let's look at some of these problems on here. Okay. So here's an example. If we look at A, it says, what is the percentage change from 10 yards to 13 yards? So originally, the amount was 10 yards, and now the current amount is 13 yards. So really, all we got to do is substitute those into the right position. The now, which is, let me blank this out real fast here. Can do some work on here. The now, which is 13 minus the original, which is 10, divided by the original, which is, again, 10. So the same number, guys, will always be here and here. So the amount of change that has happened is 3. It's changed 3 yards. Now, did that amount of change increase or decrease? We know that it has increased. It's went up, right? It has increased from 10 to 13. So if it gets bigger, then it's an increase. If it gets smaller, it's a decrease. And that's as simple as that. Now, what we need to know is the percentage of increase. So all we got to do is take that 3 and divide it by 10. And again, guys, all you got to do to get from a fraction here, right? We're at this fraction, to a percent. You can do two things. You can divide, fraction part means divide, and then go 2 to the right. So again, all you got to do is divide and then multiply by 100. So we do that. 3 divided by 10 is 0.3. We go to the right. That is a 30%. Again, it went up. That is a 30% increase. And there it is. There's your answer. Okay, so that's what we're looking for with these problems. Let's look at B here. It says the price of radio was $20. It's on sale now for $15. What is the percentage change in the price of the radio? So again, you see that, you got something on sale. You want to know what percentage did I save? So again, you're plugging the same formula, guys. Always remember N minus O divided by O. And if you label each part, then you're going to be off to a good start, right? I know that just based on this information, my original my original was 20 bucks, right? So it's going to go there and there. It's going to go twice, and then my now price is 15. Okay, so when I go to put everything together, now it's just 15 minus the original, which is 20, divided by the original, which is 20. Okay, so the price, 15 minus 20, again, you got to make sure you put them in the right position, because when you subtract, the order matters, what comes first and what comes second, right? That does matter. It's gone down $5 in price. So I know that since that's a minus 5, that is a percentage of decrease. The price has gone down. I want to know what is the percentage of decrease. So all I got to do is take that, and again, 5 divided by 20. 5 divided by 20 is 25, right? It's 25 hundredths, which as 2 to the right is 25%, and it's gone down, so there's a 25% decrease in price. Originally 20, now it's 15, which means it's gone down 25%. Okay, again, percentage is always relative. It always depends on the situation, right? Your part in your whole, what you start with and what you finish with. That is how we figure our percentages. Okay, so let's do a couple more problems here. But again, if you look on the Google Stream, I put up a couple little notes for you with that. So hopefully you guys are getting the idea. But either way, let's look at this. So they'll give you these problems in different ways. 30 inches to 24 inches. Again, originally it was 30, now it is 24 inches. It went to this. It's what we now have, okay? Your new amount of what you have now. Originally it was 30, so now, which is 24, minus the original of 30, divided by the original of 30. So if you keep that in mind, guys, the original is always going to be in these two positions. The now, what you have currently price or amount, is going to be in your first position right there. So either way, I know without even doing any work, it went from 30 to 24, so I know it's a percentage of decrease in this situation. I got to figure out what percentage it is. So again, when you plug it in, again, use a calculator. That's totally fine. 24 minus 30, it's gone down 6, which is in this case is inches, divided by the original amount, which is 30. So again, when you do that, you can do a bunch of different ways, but just divide it and then multiply it by 100. Divide it and then swing it 2 to the right, which is multiplying by 100. And you get a 20% decrease. Okay, and that's your answer. Again, don't leave your answer just as a fraction like this, right? We take that fraction, and since, again, it is called percentage of change, guess what? Your answer will be a percentage. So make sure that you're finishing this once you get the fraction amount. So you get your fraction, and then you turn it to a percentage. All right, now let's look over here. Number 2, originally it was $126. Now it is $150. So the price has increased. It has went up. So I know it's some percentage of increase. And again, we got our handy dandy calculators with us. 150 minus 126 divided by 150. Okay. Now, again, that is a increase of $24. So all you got to do is take 24 and divide by 150, which don't know off the top of my head. There you go, a 16% increase. Okay? So that is percentage of change right there. Now minus original divided by original. Again, like I said, on your stream they will have these, but here's a good visual for you. The amount of change divided by the original amount. In order to find the amount of change, you subtract now minus the original, all right? Or the new minus the old, whatever the case is. But either way, that'll give you your percentage. Here's another good. Again, feel free to look at both of these, but if your new amount is greater than your old amount, that's an increase. If your new amount is less than your old amount, then it's a percentage of decrease. It goes down. Decrease goes down, increase goes up. And yeah, good luck with your percentage of change, the percentage of difference from one to the other. Okay, so you find the amount of change divided by the original amount and then turn it to a percentage.